So, as it turns out, when you build your entire show around sneering at half the country, audiences eventually tune out. Just ask the Late Show host Stephen Colbert. And then there's The View, where diversity somehow means only inviting left-wing guests. It begs the question, is there still appetite for civil discourse and apolitical entertainment? Or has the liberal echo chamber become the norm? Well, Charlamagne certainly has some thoughts. Well, I give you a lot of credit because you have had me on your show. You have people with differing viewpoints on a lot of different things on your show. And Charlamagne, I think we need more of that. Absolutely. You look though at things like, take a look at these numbers. This is The View. The View had since January, from January until June or July, look at that, 0 conservatives and 102 left-leaning guests. And then listen to, is that real? That's real. And this is ABC News. And listen to what ex-reporter Terry Moran had to say. He said, but we were biased. Yes, almost inadvertently, I'd say ABC News has the same problem so many leading cultural institutions do in America. A lack of viewpoint diversity. It's no secret there are hardly any people who supported Donald Trump at ABC News or other corporate legacy mainstream news networks. How important do you think it is to have different viewpoints and allow people? You're here on my show. I appreciate that. And vice versa, you had me on yours. This is important. I think it's very important, because I think a lot of times people talk about folks they never talk to. And if you think that a person is spreading misinformation, if you think that a person is lying, then, bring them on your platform and have that conversation. Present the facts, present the truth, and then let the people decide. I think that's ridiculous to never, ever have anybody on your show that you don't agree with or have an opposing view of you or is from a different political party. Because at the end of the day, man, regardless of who's in the White House, that person represents all of America, and I reserve the right to criticize both parties. Well, and I would say that person is a representative of America, and we should all want that person to succeed for America, right? No matter your political viewpoints, right? 100% agree. When you ask me, what do I think Trump has done, President Trump has done over the last 6 months? I don't want to say that I think he did a terrible job. But if he's doing a terrible job, I got to call it like it is. And if it was a Democrat, I will respectfully disagree with you on that. But that's okay, you can have your viewpoint. But if it was I gave President Biden the same hell, too, because I didn't think he was doing a good job. All we want is somebody in those positions that's going to do a good job. I'm not a party person in no way, shape, or form. I want to say I'm an independent, but that don't make no sense, because there's only 2 parties in this country, right? So you're going to end up voting for one of them. Do you see yourself in 2028 voting blue or voting red? And is there anyone you might already see yourself supporting? I really don't know. I think that there's some good candidates out there. I think that we really have to look to the governors when it comes to the Democrats. I don't think that there's any, change agents that's going to come out of nowhere and shake things up in the Democratic Party. I think it's going to end up being a governor, Josh Shapiro or a Westmore, somebody like that. And they actually have a track record, right? Because you can go look at their states to see what they're probably going to end up doing on a national level.